So good evening, all of you who are attending this webinar, and welcome, Bhave sir.
Thank you.
And so today we are going to talk about Diploma in IFRS exam by ACCA London, and everything to do with Diploma in IFRS, the opportunities which are available for that after doing that course, who should ideally be looking forward for doing this course, the exam format, and all the details. So I think and you said that you want to do it in a Q&A format. So allow me to ask some certain questions, sir, and you would like to reply that. So
I will brief also a little bit.
Right, sir.
And then we can go into the question answer mode.
Right, sir.
Would you like me to start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So this is RamMohan Bhave, and it's my pleasure to meet all of you. Actually, I shall be happy to tell you that the points which we are discussing today will certainly tell you as to how the career pathwise we are going to be having a headway. Okay, we are discussing the career opportunities in IFRS and Ind AS. Then we are also discussing the special features of our course content. Then we will be discussing passing tips and track record, our track record. And I am going to share with you the mentorship I do lifelong. Having said that, I want to make a very confident and strong statement. Today, if you look into how many vacancies are there, okay, how many vacancies are there, in that case, a very concrete answer comes to my mind. If there are 100 vacancies, okay, if there are 100 vacancies, Rich, can I share my window journal?
Yes, sir. You can share the screen, sir, first.
Yeah, great. Yeah, here. So if I may say that we have 100 vacancies. Right? Out of that, around 5 vacancies are in taxation, income tax. 5 vacancies are in GST. GST in past there were more vacancies, but now GST has become old.
And sir, sorry to interrupt, but this you're talking about a qualified CA or you're talking about anyone who has done BCom?
I am talking about even those who have done BCom. Okay, not necessarily qualified CAs. Okay. Then there are around 30 vacancies which are in CA firms where BComs are recruited, and even in Big Four where professionals are recruited. These are all for statutory audit and accounting under Ind AS and IFRS. Going forward, there are 35 vacancies which are in KPOs and shared services like JP Morgan, WNS, Accenture, Capgemini, eClerk. I mean, I will reel out a big list also. Okay. Then there are, so this makes you around 80 vacancies. Then you are left with around 5 vacancies in banking sector, which are other than Indes because they are of finance. These 5 vacancies I did not put it here, but these are generally on the international taxation. Okay. Now we are left with we are left with 15 vacancies. Out these 15 vacancies are in the industry. And again, these 15 vacancies are for IFRS and Indes. So I can make a very bold statement, and I have proved it years after years that 65 plus 50, 80% vacancies. Even if you take conservatively, 70% vacancies are for IFRS Indes. Even now, even after 10 years of IFRS and around 5 years of Indes. Not only that, the IFRS and Indes so far has gone up to manufacturing and service sector, but now it has come in NBFCs, and it is also coming in the banks, and it is coming into insurance. After that, there is a IPSAS, which is a copy of Indes and IFRS. This is coming for public sector, that is government sector. And then there is a Gazab, which is also a copy of IFRS. It is coming to government departments. So mind well, like some 20 years back, there was a situation that if you are not IT savvy, you lose the job. Today, if you are not IFRS or Indes savvy, you not only lose the job, but you don't get the job also, or you can't change the job. And this I can say you confidently. Go to Naukri.com, go to Glassdoor.com, go to Shine.com, go to any of those things. Any of the major portals like Monster. Okay. So you will wonder why it is so. I have worked in corporate for 30 years, and out of which in last 15 years I was a CFO and finance director. And in any industry, normally income tax is handled by 5% people. Indirect tax like GST is handled by 5% people. Then internal audit is handled by 5% people. Finance and banking is handled by 5% people. And then you have, what do you call it? The finance, accounting, costing, taxation. So costing, budgeting, MIS. This is handled by 5% people. Apart from this 25%, the remaining 75% people are in accounts or handling auditors, etc. Consolidation, finalization, etc. Or branch coordination, divisional guidance, factory accountants. And I remember in my career, I have 30 years, I have appointed at least 3,000 to 4,000 people. And I know that the accounts department in particular, or the allied departments which are required to support accounts. For example, you have, what shall I say? You have bill passing department, you have payable department, you have trade receivable department. So there are processes involved. Now you will ask me why income tax department is not bigger or why GST department is not bigger. There are two reasons. Most of the big companies have outsourced the taxation work or even internal audit work to the big four firms. or outside CA firms. I remember when I was in Gammon, India, there was a guy for general manager taxation. Later on, he left us. So we asked him, why you are not? He said, what am I doing? I am a 10 years experienced guy and I am going along with the consultant of Big Four and I'm just carrying his files to the assessment and appeals. So other than TDS returns, I am not doing anything. Finally, next time we appointed a guy only who can do TDS certificates. So with the result, the person I have spent 30 years and all in industry, 75% of the employees falling under CFO are accounts and audit handling or bills payable, bills receivable. Now, India is becoming the accountant of the world. India is becoming the accountant of the world. Because of that, accountant of the world has to have accounting of the whole world. I can give you number of my students who are sitting in India are called as Singapore CFO or Gulf CFO. So I said, what is this? They said, by sitting here, we are handling the accounts department of that country. I said, how come? Don't you need vouchers? They say they are all digitized. So I was like surprised. Now today I am told that Colgate India has 1,000 employees and most of them are marketing. Whereas Colgate BPO or KPO, that has got 3,000 employees. And all of them or most of them are accountants. Okay? Because worldwide Colgate accounts are handled here. Same is the thing with Videocon, same was the thing with ISAR, same is the thing with Jacobs. You will find hundreds and hundreds of MNCs are actually doing their accounts in India. Similarly, we were doing Saudi Arabia IFRS implementations. Most of the Gulf IFRS implementations are done in India. So if you are going in a commerce stream or a finance stream, typically in the various sectors, you are bound to have 60 to 70% to even 80% vacancies overall for job into IFRS index. And as I said, there is a IPSAS and GS Gazab. You're bound to get those vacancies. Now you must be wondering how this person can talk so confidently. As simple as that. We have been teaching from 2010. Okay, both face-to-face batches in Pune and online batches for last 7 years, pre-recorded lectures. And believe me, we had a situation wherein, if I'm not mistaken, 3,000 to 4,000 students have been taught by us, at least. I'm taking a very conservative estimate. Out of which 90% were in job or going into job, and majority of them were fresher CAs or BCom with 2-3 years experience, many CA intermediate, many CMA. They all got excellent job because of that. Those, if you are from any city of India or any country of the world, I will give you the name of the students which are in that city. Because we have students in 30 countries and 129 cities. Mind well, 129 cities. Okay. So more or less all big cities have been covered. So it gives me a joy to enter into the 11th year, and that too, that with a renewed vigor by my friend Bridge, Mera Skill, and I nowadays run a new company nomenclature called Mentoring Finance. Okay. And as a faculty, you are aware that we had a Limca record as early as 2009. And the latest, I will take a minute to show you. Can you see this trophy? Bridge, I don't know whether I showed you
Yes,
also.
yes, I can see.
Yeah. So we have this Asia Pacific Record Trophy. You can read it. I'm bringing it close to you.
Yeah, GFFR, Asia
Yeah.
Pacific.
Global Record and Research Foundation. And you can see here, let me put it in a right angle. Yeah, can you see it now?
Yeah, I
Asia
can see it.
Pacific Record. And look at the number of cities it is talking about.
We can't see that, sir. It's too small. If you can read us out.
I will bring a big one. You can see it here now. Can you see it?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Yeah. Can you see 170 cities?
Yes, sir, I can see 170 cities written there.
Right. So this is the Asia Pacific Record certificate along with trophy. And if you see the year, June 20, 2020. Is
Right,
it
sir.
readable?
Yes, sir, it's visible. Yeah.
So this was the, again, another webinar where people attended from 170 cities. And why do people take so much interest? Because there are big career paths. You name a company and our students are there. You name Asian Paints, you name Reliance, you name Tata's, you name Jacobs, you name Crompton Greaves, you name L&T, you name Myers. I'm giving you just off the cuff some of the students who are recently talked to me. Venkateshwaraya Acharyas, many. ABP TV, and we have trained at least 100 corporates. And if I have to give you the names, we have taught D-Decor, we have taught Apex FX, we have taught fund managers. I'm personally an independent director in LIC Mutual Fund. So there I have taught all LIC people. In fact, recently we have taught, in the last 3 years, we have taught LIC, Reserve Bank of India, State Bank of India, IBBI, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board India, Indian Merchant Chamber, NIBM, National Institute of Banking Management, Economic Times, then Bombay Stock Exchange, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. I should have 9 names, yes. These are the 9 names I have taught in last 3 years again, while I taught them before, but they are taking a lot of interest. In fact, Comptroller and Auditor General of India has appointed me as a consultant also. So, IFRS and Ind AS is a bright career. Now, generally, if I was to be a man of age 64, I would logically like to retire and sleep over. Because 10 years back, I left a job which was earning me a salary of 1 crore plus. I left the job. Why? Because I had a passion of teaching. So when there is a passion, yes, I do expect money, but not that money crazy. Because if you read Maslow's theory of self-actualization, I am in the last part, Maslow's theory of need hierarchy. So I am now on the passion mode, and feel free to ask me any help. And that is where I do to my students lifelong job placement help also. Of course, I do to the best of my abilities. Even during Corona, we were able to help hundreds of students of mine to get a job. So once you do our course, rest assured, I will personally, and both me and Breach will help you constantly for doing an excellent career. Rest assured of that. And if you want any customer references, WhatsApp me anytime. WhatsApp me anytime. Okay. Now, having said that, the beauty of this course is that you learn something which is going to create a new hierarchy in the world. New world is coming up. And what is that new word? Transparency and corporate governance. Transparency and corporate governance. In fact, I am pleased to inform you that last few weeks when we were having the chats with IFRS Foundation body over the video conferences, we effectively conveyed them that we want to take this wave to every corner of the country, not just our country, but whole of the world. And we already have students in multiple countries. So, talking about having careers in IFRS is but sure to happen. Okay. Having said that, I will capture a few points further. That is, what are the special features of our course content? Yes, we are covering IFRS required for exam. You will not get, I bet with you, you will not get any course which will teach you how to convert balance sheet under old formats, old standards to new standards. Now you will say how? Because I sit with Reliance balance sheet, Asian Paint balance sheet, L&T balance sheet and analyze and explain you. And I will recommend you to even study those balance sheets apart from the syllabus of the exam also. Then you will be able to do wonders. So one is exam related. Second is learning balance sheets, how to make them. Third is creating live balance sheet along with processes. Yes, anything you want to say?
So this exam that you're talking about, this is about diploma in IFR exam from ACCA
That's
London.
right. That's Deep IFR exam held by ACCA London. And in fact, that is the only recognized exam, and today it is held in 100 countries and 14 cities of India. Okay. And it is being held for last 10 years. So there is nothing new about it. Alright. Now having said that, I told you, you learn for the exam passing, you learn concepts and knowledge, you learn live balance sheets, and you learn how to prepare it. If you learn from our course, and if you have any difficulty, you call me. I will explain you how we can ensure that you will get the knowledge when you join for a job or go for an interview. You can strongly tell them that I have done a course where I was given the actual balance sheet, published balance sheet in the old format and in the new format, and I was taught how to convert them. Because most of the people come to me and say, sir, we go for the interview, but the interviewer says that you have passed the exam, but you know only theories, you do not know, have practical experience, so why should we select you? To that, all my past students go and answer that, sir, practical experience we have a lot. We will share with you how the Adidas did the impairment of goodwill calculation. We will share with you how ISAR and Jubilant groups did the property, plant, equipment capitalization. We will share with you how a Blue Star like company did the construction accounting under new Ind AS 115. Okay, we will share with you how Saudi Arabia companies ESOP complex schemes were fair valued and accounted for. We will share with you how Gammon India does the accounting for an intangible asset called toll collection rights. The whole recording is full of examples and examples and examples, and you will be able to quote them after getting conceptually understood. And that is where we make a marked difference than any other class. Let me be frank, blunt. Now, how is it possible? Simple reason. I have been working for 30 years in industry. Plus last 10 years, I have done at least 100 Ind AS assignments. And those who want to know the names of the companies, Where the assignments are done, let me give you the name. Mahiko Seeds. Let me give you the name. Eris Agro. Let me give you the names. BG Shirke Constructions. Okay. And like that, I can give you huge number of examples. Okay. At least 100. Of course, subsidiaries.
So I'll just interrupt it here. That sir, this Ind AS is applicable to which all companies as per the Companies Act?
Right. Now, I would like to frankly share with you, Ind AS and IFRS are almost copy. So not only we have implemented Ind AS, but also we have implemented IFRS. We did it for Enercon. Okay. Now, as far as Ind AS applicability, IFRS applicability to Indian companies are concerned, anybody whose shares or debentures which are floated on foreign stock exchange, they have to be doing IFRS accounts also. Or recently we did the implementation of Petronas. Petronas is a MNC. So they have to do IFRS as well as Ind AS. And as far as the Ind AS is concerned, all listed companies and unlisted companies whose net worth is more than 250 crores, they are covered. How many companies are there in India? 12 lakhs. How many of them are listed? 7,000. How many of them are group companies of this 7,000? Subsidiary, associate, joint venture, around 1 lakh. What are the remaining companies? 11 lakhs. How many of them are more than 250 crores? Around 1 lakh. How many are the subsidiaries of those? Around 3 lakhs. So 1 lakh plus 1 lakh plus 3 lakhs. 5 lakhs out of 12 lakhs companies are under Ind AS. And remaining 7 lakhs, around 2 lakhs are very small dummy companies, shell companies. But remaining 5 lakhs will also come soon into the fold. I had a discussion with chairman of NACAS recently, the past president of ICAI, Amarjit Chopra. I said, sir, there are many companies who are taking loans and are not paying back. So why don't you make Ind AS compulsory for any company which has a borrowing of more than 50 crores? And he liked the suggestion. Rest assured, the next parliament session comes, there is something going to happen miraculously there. Because the government wants to reduce NPAs, and the only way of reducing NPAs is to ensure that the accounts are made transparent. Alright. So what happens is that, can I learn what is IFRS required for deep IFRS exam? Yes. Can I learn how to do international assignments on IFRS? Yes. Now why? Because I have shared my experiences when we did the implementation. We did the implementation of foreign subsidiaries of Mahiko Seeds. We did the implementation of Royal Bank of Saudi Arabia. Lazard Bank of Saudi Arabia. We did that. And we have done many implementation otherwise. Then how to do Ind AS implementations? Yes, that is also being taught. How to do first time adoption? We are teaching that. So you are not going to learn only the theoretical course, because don't keep only passing of deep IFRS as your goal. Anybody takes any education, he looks for ROI on that, return on investment. And return on investment can come only when you can crack the interviews showing your practical knowledge of the subject. Then we also take live balance sheets, as I told you. We are now covering hedge fund also. Nobody will give you this knowledge. Hedge fund also. Then we are also covering the, what should we say? The typical disclosures from various balance sheets. Okay. Next thing which I am doing is industry sector wise. Each industry sector around 7 to 8 we have created the case studies. Okay. So the 1 year which we spent in revamping our course, we have added so much addition to the course that you will be amazed. And if at all you find short of anything, yes, we will go one step further and add those hours. You just demand, because currently I am on the knowledge sharing spree. All right. Having said that, I already shared with you the advantage of deep IFRS and our core specialties. Okay. Now career opportunities, I have already talked. 70-80% jobs are there. One of my students is in Philippines. Few of my students are in Dubai. Few of my students are in Canada. One of my students is in France. Quite a few number is in USA. Then there are few students in London. Okay. Around 10 countries, our students have gone and succeeded. Okay. In fact, Sachin Bhave, he has gone to New York. Shweta, she is in Zurich, Switzerland. So the number of students which have done an excellent career arising out of it are just big numbers. And I do not know whether generally it is done in a practice in the classes or not. But in my class, I will give you the name and number of the students who you can openly talk up to and ask his experience and how he was benefited. Because you will say, okay, sir ka class hai, sir to bolenge hi bhai acha hai. No need. Hear from horse's mouth of the people whom we have mentored. And it's my open challenge. Okay. And that is why when I recommend somebody to do IFRS, I mean it that your career has to be golden. I mean, frankly, give a search engine on Naukri and see where are the highest number of jobs. Yes, Corona has affected the situation, but within that also, the number of jobs which are coming for IFRS and Ind AS are maximum. So I told you the career opportunities, I told you the course content, passing tips. I mean, frankly, if I have to tell you passing tips, go through our recording. Once, twice, no issues, till you understand. Because I have made it simple to understand conceptually. Ask questions on WhatsApp. They will be solved immediately. And third, solve past 10 papers. Solve past 10 papers in exam conditions. And send it to me for assessment. This is as simple a technique. How many hours you should study? Around 150 hours, including browsing. Browsing all videos. But that is if you are a CA. If you are a non-CA, a BCom or a CA inter, then I will take these hours up to 200 to 250 hours, depending upon how much grasp you have. I would not like to give you a promise that the course is very easy. Certainly not. But the fact that we always had 80 to 90% result last 10 years itself speaks about it. Now you will ask me what is the result of ACCA as a whole for deep IFRS? Okay. I'll give you a simple answer. The answer is around 40 to 50%. Then you will ask me, if this result is 40 to 50, how your result is 80 to 90? Answer is simple. Answer is that I am 64 and coming from a generation where teachers used to beat the students. So here also, I keep a continuous watch over students and shout at them if they don't study. So you are going to get a strict master G. Okay, be prepared for that, but that is in your interest because you have chosen the correct profession. And then mentoring lifelong. Let me tell you today itself, one student of mine, I'll give you the name also, Hital Shah from Mulund. She changed the job and gave the interview after consulting me on how to give the interview. And this is the situation of today. Monday she is resigning from a multinational and joining a big startup. Okay. So every 1 or 2 months, every month 1 or 2 cases of my mentor students, and some of them have done the course 5 years back. They are still in touch with me. Okay. Having 81,000 LinkedIn contacts, connections, gives us a big edge, and 41,000 Facebook friends, and you are welcome to join me, and 21,000 WhatsApp connections, and 700 WhatsApp groups. And now I am on Twitter also, then Instagram also, Signal also. All these has been taught to me by my young students. Okay. So, as far as the job benefits are concerned, we will help you lifelong. Lifelong means not your life, my life. Because your life is much longer, 50 years, 30 years, 40 years. My life is not more than 10 to 20 years. Okay. And that I want to enjoy in doing the careers of various students. Alright. So, mentoring lifelong till I am there, but I am sure I have created my alumni also, which will guide you. So the last 10 years, whosoever students have learned from us, they will also guide you and help you. Rest assured of that. Like the MBA institutions, the alumni students help the next batches. In our IFRS course, the past students will help you. They have been helping. Okay. So that is what I wanted to share with you in a nutshell. My latest website, which is getting developed, is mentoringfinance.com. This is under development, and my WhatsApp number I have already given you, 9167446744, and you are free to interact with me for the purpose of knowledge. All right. All the remaining things like admissions and all that, our colleagues are extremely competent to, so I am hardly required to look into it. But if you have a knowledge query, if you have a career guidance query, feel absolutely free to send a direct WhatsApp to me. We are also creating the group of our students who have taken the admissions. So once you take an admission, you will be also interacting with the other students, and you will also get an advantage of learning from others' queries also, because people come from different walks of life. With this small brief or a big brief, 45 minutes have passed already, brief about the 4 points of the contents of our webinar, I conclude my initial discussion and open the forum for questions. Please go ahead, shoot.
Thank you, sir. Anyone who has any question, can you either unmute yourself and ask, or put it in the chat and I'll read it out. Sir, you have not covered about Diploma IFRS exam in terms of how frequent this exam is, for how many marks. Would you like to cover that?
I will cover it, because most of our material contains that, but I'll cover it. The exam is held twice in a year, June and December. The marks are 100 marks. Passing is 50, and because of Corona, nowadays the exam is happening on computer. The last exam, which happened in December, happened actually at home situation, but that was pretty strict. But now it is going to happen at the centers, but on computers. Out of that 100 marks, there are 4 questions, and the most important question is on consolidation. So you have to be consolidation champion. Then the number of IFRS and IAS standards are around 41, of which 35 are there in your exam. 35 standards are there for your exam. And some not so relevant standard like hyperinflation, insurance, retirement benefit, like a provident fund, investment fund, they are not there in your syllabus. So not to worry, because the remaining standards by and large take care of 99% of the situations. So
So the exam
yes,
is an MCQ format or it's a written exam where you have to solve problem-based exam?
solving the problems and some theories. See, there are four types of exams. Theory exams, that is you write long theories. Second is practical exams, the question paper is long. Third is MCQ types. And fourth is, what should I say, case study types. Okay. So I will classify this exam into case study types, something like IIM. So your analytical approach is very important. In theory, you mug up, no use. In practical, you more use a calculator. In MCQ, you generally gamble, speculate, and pass. But in the analytical case study, you use your brains. Okay. According to me, that is the biggest difference. And if we have to make our education system of India also good, we have to have deep IFRS or ACCA like formats of papers, which force you to think what is the situation. So if we cannot analytically think of the situations, then we end up in mugging up, or we end up in doing calculator usage, or we gamble. But this exam is really powerful. Leave aside the fact that I'm teaching here, but even otherwise I'm a big fan of the format of this question. Believe me, I am not teaching anything other than IFRS. Other than IFRS, I teach is valuation. Okay, that is also very analytical subject. I could have taught CIMA, I could have taught for CA exam, I could have taught for ICAA exam, I could have taught for company secretary exam, but I'm not doing that because I want to teach where there is a brain involvement. Okay. My qualification wise, I am a CA of 1980, CMA, that is cost accountant, of 1984, company secretary of 1987, LLB of 1981, Diploma IFRS of 2009, then valuer exam pass, international valuer of 2018, then Six Sigma of 2010, then from IIM Ahmedabad I have done mergers and acquisition in 2005. There are quite a few qualifications. But as I said, we have a Limca record of 2009. We have a GRRF record of the biggest webinar 2019, and we have Asia Pacific record of 2020. I have personally taught IFRS lectures in more than 100 companies, including Tata's and Reliance, and you name the companies. And I have taught in more than 25 cities of India, the conferences and lectures also. The latest visit was Bhubaneswar, where I was there in February 2020. February 2020. February 2021 to deliver a lecture on IFRS and Index. That was a regional conference. Practically all cities have delivered the lectures, which are having, let's say, more than population of more than 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. Yes. There is hardly any city where I have not traveled. And I have given the lectures in all CA conferences, ICAA conferences, CS conferences. In last 5 years, 3 times I was a speaker at Qatar. I have given the lectures on IFRS in Texas, Dallas, USA. I have spoken in Bulgaria. I have given lectures in Nepal, Dubai, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, London, Bulgaria, Nepal, etc. But that's okay. Traveling is my passion again.
Sir, on that, Ashfaq is asking a question. Do you have an exam center for ACC outside India?
Yes. The centers are in 100 countries. So which country you want to know about?
Wants to know about Dubai.
In Dubai, there are huge number of students appearing. We will give the names of the Dubai student itself, Ashpa. So not to worry. Those who have passed by appearing in Dubai. In fact, I have Dubai Students Fan Club. What more do you want? I have fan club of students in Dubai, Canada, USA. And now recently one is Netherlands.
You have also a fan club in India also, sir, by the way. And in India, we have to go by cities then.
India now we have city-wise fan club. Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Hyderabad, Pune, Nasik, Nagpur, Ahmedabad, Jaipur.
And let me also say that I am in that fan club from Bombay.
That's nice of you.
So, do you want to say anything else, or we should wind up, sir? You have
I
anything?
think we can wind up because I have covered everything, and if the audience has no question, and if they have any subsequent question, they can always contact. I have given my number, and I am available 24/7. But send WhatsApp, don't call.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sparing your time, and thank you for taking us through these 6 points about diploma in IFRS exam. And yeah, and enjoy whatever evening is left for you for weekend. I know it was a very tiring day for you, so yes, I hope you catch up some rest, sir.
Yes, I had 9 to 6 p.m. a valuation lecture. Then at 6:30, I had to inaugurate another webinar. Okay, of another speaker, or young speaker was there. He wanted me to be chief guest. So I inaugurated that at 6:30 to 6:45. Tips on passing valuation exam. And then I jumped here. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, all the audience. And my pleasure to have interaction.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.